Okay, here's something good and bad about every single president. George Washington was a good war hero who helped cause the independence of the United States. However, he wasn't very qualified to be president and had no political experience, which meant that his actions were too smart. John Adams was a founding father who never owned or supported slavery. He was also very smart and never made any bad decisions while in office, except for that he didn't support freedom of speech and fined a ton of people that spoke out against their government. Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence and expanded the U.S. with Louisiana Purchase, wherever he owned over 600 slaves and embargoed Haiti after they banned slavery, causing corruption and poverty. James Madison drafted the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. However, he started the War of 1812 and caused the burning of the White House and the death of over 15,000 Americans. James Monroe strongly supported Republican values and made sure that the people were free. However, he signed both the Missouri Compromise and the Kansas-Nebraska Act, making tensions way higher. John Quincy Adams ended the War of 1812 and intervened with Latin American politics so much that it caused the overthrow of some of their governments. Andrew Jackson took on the banks and made sure that the poor people were supported. However, he caused a trail of tears, killed thousands of natives, and was a big fan of dueling. Martin Van Buren stopped possible war with Mexico and was the only president to speak English as a second language. His first was Dutch. However, he killed the economy with the Panic of 1837. William Henry Harrison gave more rights to people living in Latin America without overthrowing the government. However, for some odd reason, he went out without a coat on his horse on a rainy day and died of pneumonia 30 days into his presidency. John Tyler tried to stop possible war with the North and South by trying to make slavery less of an issue, coming to light how prepared he actually was. However, he was almost impeached after vetoing way too many laws and hated democracy. James K. Polk never broke any of the promises he gave to the people. However, he stole a bunch of Mexican land, which caused the Mexican-American War. Zachary Taylor, although being a slave owner, didn't support spreading it. But like George Washington, he didn't have any political experience, just military, so he didn't do that much good. Millard Fillmore pushed to stop tensions between the North and South. However, he signed the Fugitive Slave Act, hated Catholics, immigrants, and Native Americans. And although he did try to stop tensions with the North and South, he did strongly support slavery and spreading it, everything you don't want in a president during the pre-Civil War. Franklin Pierce was a good president general and was very skilled when it came to politics. However, he signed both the Missouri Compromise and the Kansas-Nebraska Act. This made tensions way higher. James Buchanan was very devoted to enforcing the law. However, he didn't do much to prevent the upcoming Civil War. Good old Abraham Lincoln was known for being one of the best presidents for ending slavery, getting us through the Civil War, and having such good military and tactics and having such good speeches. He'll always be remembered for all that great stuff. However, he didn't believe that freed slaves should be normal citizens and believed in white supremacy. Andrew Johnson was a strict politician that never let stuff slide. However, he moved thousands of natives from their homes, was impeached, and was really bad with politics just in general. Ulysses S. Grant made peace with Native Americans, strongly supported the Fifth Amendment, and was one of the first presidents to hate racism. However, he was very corrupt and had no political experience, just military. Rutherford B. Hayes ended all the corrupt scandals Ulysses S. Grant brought and gave more rights to African Americans. However, he removed tons of natives from their homes and took their land. James A. Garfield pushed to end continuous racism. However, he was assassinated only 6 months into his presidency, meaning that he didn't get a lot done. Chester A. Arthur, during a time when scandal and corruption were common, Chester A. Arthur stood as one of the least corrupt presidents in all of history. However, he accomplished little during his presidency, which is the main reason why you've never heard of him. Grover Cleveland pushed to stop corruption and was the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. However, he did nothing to save the dying economy. Benjamin Harrison pushed to end racism. However, he wasted a ton of government funds. Grover Cleveland, again, 2 non-consecutive terms, so just skip him. William McKinley did great things for the economy and pushed us through the Spanish-American War. However, he annexed Hawaii and supported imperialism. Theodore Roosevelt pushed to protect nature and establish the Rough Riders. However, his ego was the size of Mount Everest. William Howard Taft broke monopolies to keep a fair market for buyers. However, he was expected to live up to the glory of Theodore Roosevelt, but actually was really bad. Woodrow Wilson strongly supported democracy and got us through World War I. However, when Japan gave him a proposal that could end Western racial discrimination to Wilson, he declined it. This comes to show how racist he really was. Warren G. Harding's officials did a lot of horrible things that Harding was blamed for. However, he had nothing to do with it. In fact, he hated what they were doing. However, he was widely corrupt and had many scandals. Calvin Coolidge recovered the nation after Harding's scandals. However, he did little to prevent the upcoming Great Depression. Herbert Hoover, you may know this guy as the dude who caused the Great Depression, but actually he had little to do with its downfall. However, he failed to help the dying economy. Franklin Delano Roosevelt got us out of the Great Depression and World War II. However, he married his cousin. Ew! Harry S. Truman ended World War II and did great things for the economy. However, he got us into the Korean War. Dwight D. Eisenhower was a general in the military who wanted to contain communism at all costs. However, he had little political experience. John F. Kennedy contained communism, ended racial segregation, got a man on the moon, overthrew and got us through the Cuban Missile Crisis without World War III. However, there was the Bay of Pigs invasion. Lyndon B. Johnson had great domestic and social policies and got the Great Civil Rights Bill passed. However, he got us into the Vietnam War. Richard Nixon pushed to protect nature and made peace between China and the United States. However, there was Watergate. Gerald Ford had a lot of political experience and worked at the House of Representatives for 25 years. However, he was corrupt, pardoned Nixon in Watergate, and was only president for 3 years. Jimmy Carter reformed education, passed the Panama Canal Treaty, pushed to contain communism. However, there was the gas crisis, the Iranian hostage crisis, and nuclear bombs going off for no reason. Jimmy, what is going on? And then Ronald Reagan decreased inflation and interest rates, cut taxes, and pushed to end communism so far that the Berlin Wall, the USSR, and the communist bloc all collapsed. However, he thought that the Contras would end communism in South America, but not only did he fail, but he also killed thousands with it. George H.W. Bush got us through the Persian Gulf War with ridiculously low casualties on our side. However, he claimed to cut taxes, however, he raised them. Claimed did great things for the economy, however, there was a Whitewater controversy. George W. Bush was a great president in general, however, he continued the war on terror, killing thousands. Barack Obama ended the war on terror and was the first African-American president, however, there was a Great Recession. So that was all 44 presidents, minus Trump because his presidency isn't over yet. And I knew that I even gave my just a slight opinion on him, and somebody would get mad. I'm a conservative, so I need to keep this very neutral, because politics are famously very controversial. Controversial. I pronounce it controversial. Some people pronounce it controversial. I don't know. Thanks for all the fan art. If you want to go check out if you want to post fan art, the link to the Discord group where you can post your fan art is in the description. You just go into the chat fan art. You just go into the chat room thing, fan art, and then you can post it there. All fan art is accepted except for ones that are inappropriate or have little to do with my channel. With the exception to fan art, as in like a picture of a fan. Well, don't draw fans and then send them to me, please. I'm not gonna include them. I only did it one time because I thought it was funny. I'm not doing it again, so stop posting fans. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I've been working my butt off for 2 months straight trying to get this done. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video at the slightest. So, I'm gonna go take a nap because I'm exhausted. I haven't taken a nap since I was like 4, but I'm exhausted. I've been working all day to get this done. That's why the animation starts to get a little bit lazy. I was on JFK today, so as you can guess, I needed to get this done. I mean, while the time I'm recording this, what time is it? It's like 4 o'clock. Yeah, I am so exhausted. But, yeah, it's due tomorrow, so I kind of had to do this. This is a school project, if you're wondering. I don't know if I mentioned my sources already. I'm just going to mention them again. 3 sources I mainly used. Question Times, Something Great About Every Single President. Also by Question Times, Something Ugly About Every Single President. And The Bear Whisperers, 45 Presidents Summarized. I don't know if I mentioned that already. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I don't know. But I'm starting to get tired. I'm just gonna end the sign card. Goodbye. I'm exhausted. Hope you enjoyed, because this took a
changes to make.
Okay, bye. Hope you enjoyed. Like I said, post fan art in the description. Check out the sources. Social medias are also in the description. I have Instagram and all that. I also